I'm gonna call it, I hate when you get on camera and then your nose starts itching. Anyway, we have the bi-monthly updates today. So the last time I filmed this, I think it was posted sometime back in like June. So it was like May and June empties. I guess maybe it was posted in July. Either way, it's titled May and June empties. So this is July and August empties. So we're just gonna get into it and start talking about these. And I think I have like a few makeup, a few hair, a few body. It's just kind of a mix of things. So I have them in my box that I keep these in, and I'm just gonna go through them, and there's no particular order. So the first thing in here that I have is this huge bottle. This is the Earth Essentials Pure Castile Soap, and you can get these in a lot of different brands. This is the CVS brand. I know a lot of people use like Dr. Bronner's, but I like this to clean my brushes with. So I'll just put a little bit of this in some hot water and clean my brushes, and it really takes all the makeup off, but it doesn't like make my brushes feel like gunky. It's not hard to rinse or anything like that. So I definitely love this, and yeah, so it takes a long time to go through this, as you can imagine, because you only need like a tablespoon at a time. So it's a nice purchase, and it'll be something that I continue to buy and use to clean my brushes with. So the next one, no surprise, this has been in a few videos, but it's the Not Your Mother's Beach Babe texturizing dry shampoo. So still my favorite brand of dry shampoo, and if you watched the last empties video, then you know why I like it. So we won't spend too much time on that one. The next thing in here is from Tree Hut. It's their moisturizing shave oil, and I was never one. I thought shave oil was kind of like a hyped thing that didn't really benefit you. And then my mom bought this for me as a gift, and so I used it, and I really do I've fallen in love with this. I really do think that it helps, and it really helps condition my skin. I don't get like razor bumps or anything anymore, because a lot of shaving creams for me irritate my skin. So I used to just shave with like just water, and so I would get like some irritation from that, like some razor bumps, but this has greatly cut down on it. And it says that it's supposed to help protect against cuts, and I will say I feel like there's gotta be some truth to that, because when I use this to like shave like my underarms or like on the bikini line or anything, like I don't get as many cuts as I used to, if that makes sense. So yeah, and it doesn't have, well, I mean, there's nothing in here. It doesn't really smell like anything. It looks like it has like some like nuts or something on the label here. I don't know, but it is great. I already have I've already broken out the new bottle and everything. So, and it took like maybe, with consistent use, like shaving every other day, using it on like my arms, underarms, you know, bikini line, legs, it probably took me like a good 4 or 5 months to go through that. And so it's like $12 at Ulta, so I feel like that was a really good like use of, like, I feel like I used it up appropriately. I don't feel bad about spending the money. I think it was worth it. The next thing in here, this was probably like my favorite body lotion ever. It's from Philosophy, and it was their Fresh Cream and Mint, and I found this at TJ Maxx. You can see, like, I've scraped all I can scrape out of there. There's just nothing left really. But it does smell very minty, but not like so overpowering. And I really loved this lotion because the scent really stayed with you. Like if you like moved your arm and like sniffed yourself, like even 3 hours after you put this on, like you would still smell it. So it was really nice, and it was nice for like the summertime, just like that minty kind of smell. So next, let's just do our other two lotions in here. So I have the Bath and Body Works. It says it's their hand cream, but it's the stress relieved eucalyptus and spearmint. So I don't use these just like exclusively as hand creams because I feel like it's all the same to me. So I would use this like right before I went to bed. Like I would put it on like my elbows and my hands and like right around my neck because I really like the smell of this. I don't know if it was necessarily stress relieving, but it did smell really nice, and it's definitely more eucalyptus than spearmint. But it smelled really nice, and it was a nice scent to have on like as you're going to bed. So I would consider getting this in like the bigger like standard size that they have because it was nice. And then we have the First Aid Beauty, their Ultra Repair Cream. This was in the scent Honeysuckle, and I really like these lotions, the First Aid Beauty lotions. I just don't like the scent of them. They smell a little off. Like I think the unscented one smells like a dirty belly button or like dirty mop water, if you've ever smelled that. And then, so I've tried the grapefruit, the honeysuckle, and I think the vanilla one. The vanilla one is really bad too. It doesn't even faintly smell like vanilla. But the grapefruit and the honeysuckle, they're fine. They're not like bad odors, but they just don't smell. It's just like a faint honeysuckle or grapefruit smell. So it's not like very strong. And so maybe that, you know, people really enjoy that. But I like, if I'm going to put on a lotion, I kind of like to smell it. I feel like that's part of the draw of putting on a lotion. But I would consider, after I get, you know, my lotions in check and kind of like brought down in the category, I would definitely consider repurchasing this, even though it is a little expensive. I think for this 6-ounce tub, it's like $30, but it does go a long way because it's a thicker like lotion. Sorry, my brain is going too fast from my mouth. But it is a thicker lotion, so a little bit does go a long way. So this tub lasts like forever. Next, let's see. I think we're down to like skincare and makeup. So we'll do the skincare. I have the Pixi Skin Treats Glow Mud Mask. This was given to me from my mom. She bought it and she did not like it. So I used it and I actually ended up loving this. To use it like at night. Well, it says to only use it at night, but I'm sure you could use it day or night. It did tingle a little bit, like kind of a faint burn sensation, but not like enough to make you want to wash it off right away. And I feel like it really, like once I rinsed it off, I felt like my skin just felt really soft and like just nice. So I went to look at this at Target to see, and this is pretty pricey, I feel like. I don't know, like I know Pixi, I guess they're considered a drugstore brand, but to me, like their price range is not drugstore pricing. And so I would repurchase this if it was cheaper, but I'm not going to unless I was to like find this on sale or something, or it was gifted to me. And then this is definitely something that I would not repurchase. I think everything else in here, well, everything that we've talked about thus far would be things that I would repurchase and have on hand. This though, no, I would not. I think this was the biggest waste of money. It's the Fresh Rose Face Mask, and it's the mini size, I guess. So it's only 30 mLs in here. And I mean, it is a very nice tub. I'm probably going to clean this out and like save the tub to use for other things. But first of all, it does smell like old lady rose petals, not going to lie. So the idea is that you use this, I think like 3 to 5 times a week. You only leave it on for like 5 to 10 minutes, and it's supposed to really help hydrate your skin. So in the summer, my skin is fairly like kind of oily. But in the winter time, it does get really dry. So that's when I purchased this because, first of all, hefty price tag. I think this little thing was like $25. I don't even remember how much the full size is. But I bought this because I was like, well, I'm not going to pay that amount of money for the full size if I don't even know if I like it. But I bought it in the winter time because to help with the dry skin. So I I used it pretty consistently for a while, like maybe a month or two, and I just didn't notice that it didn't help hydrate my skin in any way. Like I still got like dry patches in the winter, like especially around like my nose and stuff, and like around my, like right here, I don't know, it was weird. So I just don't think that this was worth the price tag, and it turned me off from like trying anything else from this brand. So there's that. So the rest is all technically makeup, I guess. The first one we will talk about is a Real Techniques beauty sponge, and I really do like these. I think they held up a little bit better than the EcoTools ones that I was purchasing, because the EcoTool ones, I just felt like it was like every month I would have to replace those, and I think this one lasted about 3 months, and I clean my sponges every time before I use them. So I don't know if everyone cleans theirs that way. Like maybe mine wear out faster because I clean them more often than other people. But I get rid of my sponge when, I don't know if you can see, like when there starts to get these tears in there, because that's just like a breeding ground for bacteria, and this is going directly on my face, so I'm not about that. But this did, I liked the way that it felt, especially when you wet it. It was a nice like dense feeling, and then it lasted a pretty good time. So I bought this came in like a 4-pack, so I have 3 more on hand, but right now I'm using the e.l.f. beauty sponge. So once that one's out of the rotation, then I'll switch back to these. The next thing I used up is a Ulta Beauty Full Coverage Liquid Concealer. Mine is in the shade Light Neutral, and I don't know, I'll like show you, but it looks like there's still product down in there, but I scraped this out as much as I could, and like here's the wand. You can kind of see how like dry that is. So I like these. I think they're a great deal. It's not $9-ish, I think, for 2.4 mLs of product, and I don't use like a ton of concealer. It's just like under my eyes, on top, and then down like the center of my face. And so I like the formula of this. It's not cakey, it's lightweight, it does cover well, and I want to say they have a pretty good selection of shade range, but I can't really attest to that. But either way, I think I have like maybe 2 more of these on hand, because when they go, sometimes they'll go on sale, like buy 2 get 2, and that's across like the whole Ulta Beauty makeup line. But I find that brand is very hit or miss, like their in-store brand. But this is actually one of the things that really surprised me. I do really like this. So the last item that I have in here is the most exciting to me. So this is the Becca Bronzer in Sunrise Waves. This was limited edition, I believe, like 2 years ago. And this was just like staining. This is an actual product. Well, I just wiped it off. You'd think I could have cleaned this out for you, but either way, it is empty. There is nothing left in here, and I'm really sad. So I really liked this bronzer. It was nice and glowy, but it wasn't like glittery. It wasn't too over the top. I really loved it, and I was sad that it was limited edition. So I like hid this away from myself in my drawers for like the longest time, and like refused to use it because I knew like, well, I can't get it again. And it's funny because like this bronzer is kind of what started my panning journey, because this made me realize like, okay, this was like 30 something dollars, like 38 I think, and you're not like, you're just letting it go to waste. Like you're you know, that's $38 that you just pissed out the window basically. So it really made me come to terms with that you should use up your stuff. Like, I know that sounds so simple, but I feel like there's a lot of people that probably feel that way too. Like, oh, I spent so much money on this, or oh, it's limited edition, like I don't want to use it up because of, you know, that reason. And it's just, I think that's a hard mindset to come out of. So I'm glad that I did like finish this. It's a really like freeing feeling almost. I don't know. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but that is all the empties I have for these 2 months, and I hope you guys are doing well. I just want to also say thank you to all of you that have subscribed. Like, never did I think that, you know, people would subscribe to my channel and like watch my videos and want to hear what I have to say. So it's kind of cool. I'm really enjoying this, and I hope that you stick around and continue to follow me on all these various journeys. And sorry that the empties video got a little, you know, ranty there at the end, but I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.